Right. Okay. Can we have somebody online confirm you can hear us?
Oh, I was going to test that out. Hold on.
Mr. Diata, Madam Roy?
Yes, I'm online.
Okay.
What do you need me to check, that it's streaming?
Or just that you can hear us, so apparently you can.
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to welcome everybody to the Académie Lafayette Board of Directors June meeting. Thank you for meeting tonight after our lengthy retreat on Saturday, so we appreciate everybody's time tonight. As far as the agenda goes, we do have to discuss transportation in closed session, so I would make a motion to do that last so we can do the rest of our meeting for everybody that wants to listen in and do our closed session component final. Motion to...
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, so we have stakeholder comments. I think we have people to present tonight. Yes, okay, come on up.
Are we already up?
Yeah, you guys get to go very first.
Did you approve the minutes yet? I'm on a board too. I didn't.
We're going to get to that after you all. So we let our stakeholders go first. You have 3 minutes. And the way it typically works, we'll give you 3 minutes to sort of share your proposal. We did get your email as well.
Okay.
The board doesn't typically discuss, but we'll sort of follow up after.
I have
Thank you for coming tonight.
rules, and they seem very reasonable to me.
Awesome. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you for having us. So I'm Summer White.
Great, thank you.
This is my mom, Miss Renee Weaver. I have my phone behind myself.
Oh.
For you all time.
We greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. I just let her distribute that in case you all didn't have a copy. Who's McLean? Who did I email? Oh, hi. How are you?
Everyone has everyone who sent a copy.
Gotcha. I just wanted to introduce myself since I had communicated prior, so that's why. So just a little bit of background. My daughter attends the O campus, and my niece and my nephew attend the O campus as well. And my niece started off at the Cherry campus for K through second grade, and then the zones were established, and then we're here today. That's kind of what everything's about. This is not personal to our family. I think it's just something that we wanted to discuss and propose, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, so we definitely respect your opinion. And so for those who are listening online, many people are familiar with the campus placement program initiative here, where essentially children are, the board has come up with a zone area that directs students to a particular campus, whether it's the Cherry campus or the Oak campus. The zones were identified, I believe so, to primarily diversify the schools and do that, which is a good thing, because if you were at the Oak campus and you lived in the Brookside area, it was primarily white students that attended there, versus the Cherry campus, where there's primarily minority students that attended that campus. So zones were established to place families. If you're in that zone specifically, then you automatically go to that campus. If you're outside that zoning determination that the board came up with, then you get placed in a lottery in order to determine what campus you'll be going to. Then thereafter, once you are assigned a campus, you essentially can't change campus, which makes sense. But then, there's still families that are concerned about their location, and so my family and I were talking, and we talked to Mr. M here as well, and we thought, hey, how about we propose to the board a potential parent swap or family swap opportunity. And so I started doing research because I didn't want to come here just based on my own personal experience, because that is a no-no. But at the end of the day, based on the research, you guys have that information in front of you. Educational choice is important to a lot of families, and when they mention that, they're primarily referring to what families consider when they're choosing the school for their students, for their children. Some of those things include the child and the family needs, which are like the child's learning style, their religion, their income, things like that. School location, of course, quality of the education, school safety and preparedness, special programs and activities, as well as the facilities and services that the school offers. And so we've all chosen Académie Lafayette for a reason, right? Great school. Then you got to choose campuses, and that's when things kind of became a little uneasy with some families, especially mine. And so because of that, we wanted to propose. So I wanted my mom to talk about specifically a case study that was some of the things that parents get concerned about when it comes to location.
Yeah, like in a case study completed by the Academy of Families Rank school locations, considerations in making their choice following reasons. Increased parent engagement, families reported not being able to attend school meetings or functioning when there are scheduling conflicts and time constraints, when there is like longer commute involved, enhanced responsiveness and critical incidents occurring. We all know about the critical incidents that have been occurring at the school, which my older two are involved. All of them are involved because my son being a Kansas City police officer, this really set him above high. Safety, we will have less chance of encountering predators and dangerous intersections if they live close to the school. Families tend to be more invested if their kids go to school in their own neighborhood. Socially, at this age, kids strive with their school friends in close proximity. Increased conflict, getting kids off school in the morning because rising a child up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get them all ready to take them to go put them on a bus, and then they ride an hour to school, and by the time they get to school, they're exhausted because they've been up 2 to 3 hours trying to get on the 7 o'clock bus, trying to get to where they need to be. And when the close proximity school is a mile up the street. Save time and money, a home that's in walking distance and quick commute for children. School is a blessing, especially for working parents. They can easily drop their kids off on their way to the office, beating the rush hour in the process. And because the home proximity is close, parents, kids, many children also prefer not to take a school bus. The routine of riding a bus includes the time spent walking to the bus, waiting for the bus, then the ride, and when the school is closed, they don't have to participate in all. Transportation concerns, especially when multiple children are going to attend different schools, like I have one that's going to the Armor 5th grade or 6th grade campus. We have another one that's going to be going back out to Oak when Cherry is right down the street again, where we all started at. And then they pushed us out to another area and just be happy with it. And better attendance program, especially for working families with limited transportation is often fairly uncertainly as the parents work together.
Okay. Those are the concerns. And so what we thought about is a proposal, a family swap, where obviously it would be directed by you all, where we would establish another type of a lottery. You guys would essentially determine the number of families that would not undiversify the school. So like if that's 10 families or 20 families a year, where whoever's interested will just enroll into this program. And then once they enroll, then another lottery takes place where those who are interested in doing a family campus swap would be eligible to be a part of this program. And then some things that I kind of mentioned as things to consider, but of course you guys think about a lot more that we may not. Enrollment does not guarantee a family will be awarded into the program. Family swaps will be limited to an X number of families per school, per campus, to ensure that the objective of the diversity is still, maintained. Families enrolled will be placed in an enrollment pool where X number of families will be selected using that same blind computerized generator. I'm not sure how you all do it, but I'm very familiar with that, where they're just randomly selected like in the lottery. Once the program is awarded, siblings will automatically be assigned to that same school. Once it's awarded, the family will not be eligible to re-enroll into the program. Also, once it's awarded, it's not subject to change for any reason. And then families not awarded, the swap essentially will have the opportunity to re-enroll again each year until they're potentially granted, that swap. So we just wanted to propose that to you all. We think the current policy is great because it does obviously help out for a lot of good reasons with that diversifying. My daughter, she definitely gets a lot more friends with that are not minorities. You know, we live about a mile away from here, but when it comes to enhancing the program, we thought this would be a good proposal. So thank you for your time.
Wonderful. I really appreciate just the thoughtful way that you put all this together. So yes, I think it is a very thoughtful proposal. We'll sort of discuss afterwards and definitely follow up with you, but I appreciate just your support and your willingness to kind of, provide suggestions and think with us.
Thank you for letting me go over. My mom was like, 3 minutes for each of us. I'm like,
It was close enough.
It was difficult for me.
thank you guys.
Thank you for your
Are
time.
we able to just let ourselves out?
Yes, you're welcome to listen in,
That's fine.
or yes, you can get out.
Thank you so much.
All right, and I know we don't have PTO. I wasn't sure if everybody heard Brandy Molina, I think is the new PTO president, but she's in Mexico tonight, so we will see her at our next meeting. The next up, do we have a motion to approve minutes?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
everyone in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, Michelle, governance.
What is on the agenda? Oh, yes, okay. Got two things. One is a motion, need a motion to approve the appointment of Lauren Allen to a 3-year term as a parent elected board director, so that'll be from July 1st, 2022, 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Oh, right, any discussion? I forgot about discussion.
Is she here tonight?
No, she is not, she is out of town.
Didn't know if
Okay.
anybody wanted some information or background, because I didn't know until.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Did we not send a note out with
might
resume?
have.
We'll make sure to sort of resend sort of who she is, yeah?
And send the file order.
Yes, correct. We'll send all of that. There's also a recording that the PTO did just the session, so yeah, we'll make sure to get all of that out. She will be able to join us starting in July. She is out of town today, so she couldn't be here tonight, but I'm meeting her for coffee later this week, just all right. Yes, this is the parent elect, correct. Did we do everyone in favor?
No, not yet. That was another thing.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you.
Also happy to say that we do need a motion to approve the renewal of Dr. Gwen, another 3-year term as an appointed board. First, so of this year, 2022.
I'm sorry, 3 years. So moved. Second.
Any discussion? And just thank you. I mean, I think you have been such a tremendous asset, the
Well,
perspective you bring. As a leader, I think it's so critical for our board, so we are thrilled that you're willing to stay on for a renewed term. Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Black Casey Initiative, the board draft is late July. We've been candidates and some moves around in terms of getting together. We're kind of waiting on.
There's some impressive candidates that they have brought together from legal backgrounds, judges, HR, finance, DEI, sort of all of the things we talk about being gaps, and we're guaranteed one member will come from this through this sort of lottery process of ranking. They rank us, we rank them, and then there's sort of matches
Perfect.
made, right? So I think we are really excited, and they all go to DC for an in-depth charter sort of training to really just understand how charters will function and how are they financed. And so it has been really great to be a part of that initiative.
And they're all pre-qualified, already have the interest.
Great.
Yep.
And you rank them based on the need of the board? Or?
Correct,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
in the governance committee, we've sort of talked about what are the key gaps that we have and what do we hope sort of a new board will fill, and then Yeah, but then they also rank us, right? So then there's like, they call it like the NFL draft.
Yeah.
It's really speed dating.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Just to know that Beth and I attended two of their meetings. One for in-person meetings to answer questions and introduce the schools that were there. And another one was last Wednesday,
Yes.
when we had 20 minutes to present the schools, which schools, Kaufman, ourselves, and Genesis, and to answer questions.
Correct, just through meeting them through networking. I think the candidates that we decided were sort of the ones we're most interested in. Some current board members know, and so they're meeting with others. We're just having coffee with to just get to know them a little bit better. So really just through informal conversations.
And just a couple more updates, or one update. So, House Bill 1552 for the funding, still awaiting governor's signature. Needs to be by
Is there a precedent of governors just not signing things? Is that?
It can
You can
happen.
veto,
Yeah, he can.
But I mean, a veto is the same, it's not the same as not signing it.
Oh, right. I think it was,
Not signed, it just goes to the law.
Okay, you'd have to actively veto it?
Veto it.
oh, yeah, I mean, or, no, limbo till next time. I think, I don't know, actually, I don't know what
I
happened.
don't think it goes into limbo. I think it's all passed.
Well, I mean, limbo is in, it's not official till
I don't
whenever
know,
it
if he
was
doesn't sign it, I think it's a, he has to veto it,
Right.
And what I had heard is they believe they have the votes to override the veto. So even if he vetoes, it might not stop it because they think they have the votes.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there's no anticipation. I could let you put it out the universe.
It's all your fault.
And then one final thing, we had talked about this, I think, late last year, that, this year we would move board meetings to Wednesdays. This gives, finance committee, end of month finance committee and the staff a little more time rather than preparing after a finance committee meeting, over the. Anybody have any conflicts, and you don't have to tell me right now, but maybe email me and I'll send an email out reminding if there are conflicts with the board meeting.
Same time.
Right,
I was
it'll
about
be
to
big
say,
time.
Yes.
Right.
It doesn't work for me.
I'll send that email out and just get issue. We'll start it in July if we can. I know it's kind of short notice, so.
Yeah, we'll follow up by email to see. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Finance committee, okay.
So accounts payable first, and, finance committee asked several questions that we went over. There was some CSP grant expenses that probably won't get paid in this year, so that's carried over for next year. Retirement was inadvertently paid in June, so, I mean, in May, so that will be by 1 in June. There was an additional cost of tuition we've had to pay to KCM for, student service. Generation Day, EIP.
So move to approve, accounts payable, right.
Second,
Second.
discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Is that Marvin on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Marvin.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Revenue, so speaking of the universe, we didn't have a good universe. It happened to us in May and June. Even though this is pretty similar to last month, it'll be good and mid, about 500. Last month I thought, and crop C, 594. A lot of extra food payments, we also had a lot of extra, Title I instead, 121, which is good because of the carryover. And if you remember, answer 3, we, Finance Committee, budget. So, today, our payment was $320,000 less than April. And sometimes there's, for last month when Elamon asked, with the new ruling, would we be better off asking for our WADA for those last 3 years? And I said, no, that would hurt us. So what happened was that they applied it automatically to all the best of the last 3 years. What that did was increase the weighted ADA because the last couple of years, the charter school know that we were still under by 30-some students, so our enrollment was down. That was our weighted ADA. They used our weighted ADA. The problem was lowered the amount, the payment for each school. And so our hit was over $300,000. Of course, they take that $276 per pupil and go back to high and make the correction in the month. In August, we will again have a correction in ouch. So, the universe, last meeting, where we were going to be at break even again, it doesn't look like that. Still things hanging out there for the rest of June, too.
In August, we're gonna have this problem
No.
too? Oh, okay.
So this was a provision rule that, so many schools were impacted by decreased enrollment in this school year even. And so they just applied the weighted ADA highest in the last 3 years. Okay, and decreased pie for each one of us. Even though schools, really hurting, they're not better, they still had a, payment for. I read that over and over, and I just choose your weighted ADA. We did get our weighted ADA, it just not that they each payment less. Called Dempsey and talked to him, it's like, weighted ADA, even though we know we were under enrollment. It was still, we were still going to be at a break even because good things happened, and that was your payment of about $107,000 over, and then we had the still going to be. Next slide is about expenditures, and nothing's really changed. So we're over budget. A couple $100,000 of that is capital, remember capital. I think in this here, a lot of detail. So if you've got your packet, it's the second line over, very bottom in yellow. Prior to debt service now, we're going to be about $30,000 operating expenses. So last month, we said we'd be at 370. Easier to see on this number. So after debt service, so we have a negative 30,000, and then we have our $1,000 debt service operating. Last month, we're kind of breaking even. Now it's a negative 430. One of the things that I rather. That may improve a little. So in May, when the Prop C went, I assumed amount. What it was is there's an H bill, House bill, something. And it wasn't signed yet. And so Prop C money went back like a couple of years. So now it got signed. The question is it signed enough to get that time to fix the Prop C? If that's true, it will be a pickup for us of about that would reduce that to in this negative for their biggest number. One is that we get the school smart safety final check for this. Second piece is the ESSER 2. I get that in by the 20th. Those are the other two things. So up of 120, have a $400,000 impact. Last one should summarize it. Yeah, Jefferson City. Along the way, there's some math we need to pick up down to get down there. So next one is just a summary. Again, just our weighted ADA was under impact with late payment. Explain the property. Hopefully, we'll get that underway. Issues with expenses for unanticipated capital. We did get the assessments from MT Real. I have agreed to work with the new people in July and to frame and upgrade and update the sheet projections. And that the sum should include ESSER 2 funds getting billed and paid by June 30th. And the only outlier is in terms of expenses. I believe we've done a good job in trying to look through them so far. One of the things that can happen is visas. So if Carlos gets a call tomorrow that we need 4 more, then not any more than $5,000 per person. That could be 4 people. Done until July 1st, and
Don't we have to?
And thank you for that. You'll be coming to that meeting too.
yeah,
Exactly, a Zoom meeting? Or is
Yeah,
that
I think we can definitely do that by Zoom.
yeah, you'll have it ahead of time like we usually.
I think we can also put the approval of the new stipends rate at the same time.
At the budget, sure.
Budget.
Yeah. Those are already in our that's what we're just saying. The stipends, so we have stipends already baked into the budget. There are some new, oh dear, I thought I was Dana. Hi Dana, I'm in the middle of my presentation. Are you needing to get in the board building? Okay, all right, Marcia's on her way. I had to answer that one.
Right, that's fair.
I also thought I turned my phone.
There are certain
I would
things,
have never heard her.
certain changes that were not captured by what we have.
Right.
And some reality also that we need to take into account in stipends. Example, what we do is hard to fill positions. For instance, expert teachers, paying them the same rate as we have now. We have offered many times people position that they always tell us that we're paying way under what they're receiving currently. Also, different stipends that we have not changed for 10 years now.
Questions for Jay?
Thank you.
It's unfair to leave you with that surprise negative. We won't hold that just out of. Great, yes, that's disappointing.
So we talked about the transportation in closed session.
Right, we'll do that at the end.
So what I have is, the end of the year recognition for the staff, human resource, how is our hiring going? Community engagement, we start mainly. Human resource, principals and vice principals have been interviewing a lot of candidates. You know, we had to, find around, 40 in our homeroom and hiring additional also, sped teachers, ELL teachers, also high schools. So we have, hired, 12 already and 3 pending. So for 6th grade to 10th grade, 3 hired and 2 pending. Evaluation, so evaluation of this current school year has been done and planning for next school year. We have been meeting on a daily basis to make sure that we get what we need, including PD plan, academic plan, and first week of school, and the whole year next year, how it's going to work. So we're finalizing the PD plan, professional development plan, which we focus on community engagement, educated effectiveness, and school safety. It's going to be a little bit in line with what we're projecting to have for our strategic plan, the effectiveness, especially community engagement. We're working with Co-Action Collective, an organization hired by School Smart KC to work with us on family school partnership. There will be different sessions, I think, over next year we'll have 4 sessions with them. And we'll also focus on immersion education, ensure that in math and English language arts and reading, our teachers are well prepared, better prepared. So, and school safety, of course. As you know what's going on the country, we want to make sure that we focus on intruders and how we secure buildings, plus soft skills, social emotional learning. So, for community, OpenK conducted approximately 20 tour sessions for new kindergarten and first grade parents, sharing important information about immersion and our academic program. Our school is going on and hosting. Also, we had a couple of parent orientation at K and Oak, very well attended. What we are trying to see how to create a parent academy, maybe working with the PTO, make sure that at least we have on a quarterly basis some more information about immersion, some challenges faced, benefit, and maybe different things about education on a quarterly basis. We first thought it might be a new parents academy where we start at K2 parents, because that's generally from first grade to second grade that we lose more students because they start worrying about reading and so on, instead of seeing the whole journey. So that's what we were thinking about. I'm working with Chrissy and the principals and see how we can make that happen.
On summer school,
Yes.
for our numbers, were they what we thought they were going to be?
There are few kids who did not come. We're around 800 probably.
That's quite a bit bigger than we are.
Yeah, 700, before. So we will see at the end how many FTE, if we're going to have. How much did we budget? 7? 100 103, oh yes, you're right, 7, not 7. Having 3 or having 7, I think.
Really be pushing it.
Having 7. So Jay, fantastic team of Jay, thanks for a great school year. Nice picture, everybody wearing glasses like stars. They had a great and fun end of the school year picnic. A lot of fun. Special recognition to all the Oak students for their sense of adaptability, resilience, and academic progress they made this year. And our staff, sense of dedication and resilience of our team made this year a remarkable one. It was a crazy one, but at the end of the day, I think we finished it fine in one piece. So, that is my. Or any question about school program and so on?
I would just add one other staff recognition. I think the perspective that Madam Coulibaly brought to the retreat was just so thoughtful, and such an important perspective that as board members we don't always hear. So it was just fabulous to have her participation and just her very thoughtful way she approaches her work.
I agree.
Amazing.
Glad we do these staff recognition presentations that we've started, and hopefully as we have more in-person meetings, maybe they can come and give a, I don't know if they are scared of public speaking like that, but I just think it's good for us to connect and see, especially those board members who don't have kids in the school anymore, to see the work that's going on and what we do.
We used to have occasionally inviting the staff to come and present a project.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
And we could do it at the beginning too, so that they're not waiting through boring stuff.
Yeah, it's a great point.
I just think it's good to have these.
Any other questions?
Just a couple of final thoughts. Everybody knows that for John, Harriet, Jackie, Carlos, this is their final month, but we're going to squeeze in one more meeting for you, so you can't go just yet. But yeah, I mean, just the passion and the time that you all four have given to the school is truly phenomenal. So I think we're all a little bit scared of the history that we're losing with you, but just have to say thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
I couldn't say it during the retreat because I was limited to 25 words. 20 words, but Jackie has no accounting training or experience or education whatsoever. It shocks me. So, the amount of work that you've done, and it's just, thank you very much, and it's excellent work. Excellent work.
But yes, I was shocked. It was shocking to know, I think you're a nurse by trade, correct, and you just learned the finances. I don't know how somebody does that, but it's very impressive. And I mean, as far as you get to do a little bit of both. And I mean, I think the million roles that you have taken on to the school, that can't even be defined, that I don't even think we will know everything from if we officially retire, because everybody just comes to you for everything.
Yep.
I don't know how you all do it, but you guys have all been phenomenal. Thank you.
I feel sorry for whoever's voice has to follow yours on the school.
On the phone. Could you still do the calls for us, for old time's sake?
Académie Lafayette.
Exactly.
It's like an NPR voice.
I told her we bought the rights on her voice. I have to continue doing it anyway.
But yeah, that was all I had from my end. So I think we now need to have a motion to go into closed session to discuss transportation.
I move that we go into closed session to discuss.
I'll second that.
It has to be for,
Oh, for what reason?
getting legal advice and potential contract negotiations.
Okay, what she said. Getting contract advice and potential.
Legal advice and
Legal advice.
contract negotiation.
Thank you.
To discuss contracts,
So, both sessions are like this.
We have a second for what she
I
said.
second that.
Okay. Roll call vote, Michelle? Yes. Harriet? Yes. John?
Yes.
Gwen?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
Marvin.
So,
Marvin? Oh, Marvin,
Yes.
thank you. There, yes, I need to see you up there, so I know you're there. Okay, then yes, I think we can go ahead and dismiss the other